Do you have experience about that?
Because you don't believe. And I said, what in... Sorry.
What?
Bullshit.
Yeah. What?
All this energy boxing stuff is BS.
Video kita tanding di OS TV. Jangan lupa like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.
Ya buat semuanya ini untuk anak-anak karate karena ini bermanfaat semua ilmunya. Jangan lupa subscribe channelnya OS TV channel buat anak karate semuanya. Gaspol keren banget. Like and comment share. Gaspol.
Dan guys jangan lupa like, subscribe, comment di OS TV. Ayo teman-teman.
Oke, buat kalian yang suka nonton OS TV jangan lupa subscribe channelnya OS TV ya. Subscribe.
Hai, gue Irfan Hakim. Ayo, please share, like, and subscribe OSH TV. OSH TV.
Saksikan info karate di OS TV. Seno, OS.
Oke, menarik sekali bicara dengan Abang Bule. Pengalamannya tadi banyak sekali. Saya sampai ada beberapa pertanyaan jadinya yang ingin ditanyakan sama Abang Bule. Yang pertama, you said earlier about UFC.
Yeah.
You know, you just joining the Facebook group.
Yeah.
About Beladiri Indonesia.
Yes, yeah.
Komunitas. I read some posting. They said about this. If you can prove that you are a good martial artist, prove it in the MMA. Any martial artist they thought like that. What do you think about that?
There is some truth. And my view on that is there is a place for what I call traditional martial arts, and there is a place for modern martial arts. It's all martial arts. Traditional martial arts such as Tai Chi, Wushu, or Jingwu, or Karate, where there's tradition. Even Iaido, tradition. So it's still taught traditionally the way when it did work in that era. We know we can't walk around with a katana, a samurai sword, right?
Of course.
We're not allowed to. We definitely don't walk around in our gi.
Yeah.
It's only for the dojo. But back when it originated, that's what people wore.
Yeah.
And then you look at the modern art. So you've got Muay Thai. Okay, it still works today.
Yes.
You've got the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Ground.
Yeah, groundwork. So to fight in MMA, you've got to have basic groundwork and Muay Thai. And it doesn't always work for everyone. Not everyone wants to do that. And not everyone who trains martial arts wants to do UFC.
Yeah, not everyone.
For example, the Tai Chi competitions, yes, they're in England we use Sanda, which is Chinese fighting, but traditionally the Chinese competition is Tui Xiao, push hands. So it's almost, and this is a really bad way of describing it, it's like sumo but no strength. The idea is you work off balance, and there's fixed position and moving position.
So this is Tai Chi competition.
Yeah,
I never saw
it's interesting. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's not fighting," and to be honest, it's not. It's about getting the other person off balance using Tai Chi. So no, it wouldn't work in a UFC ring because the UFC is predominantly Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Having said that, all of the big name MMA guys who have I'm going to fight a boxer get their asses handed to it because MMA fighters are not boxers. So for every discipline there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like saying, right, Manchester United are going to go against the Indian cricket team and we're going to play rugby. You know what?
They have different rules.
Exactly, and when, if you remember when UFC started, back when it was called Pride fighting, they used to advertise no holds barred, no rule fighting. So why didn't they let me enter with my shotgun? If there's no rules, why can't I go in with a gun?
Even they're not allowed to.
But but there was rules to it, and I remember watching Pride when there was I forget his name, the Japanese guy fighting against one of the Gracies, and the Gracie had such an ego that he went in his gi, and he got beaten.
Yeah.
The Japanese guy ripped his gi over his head and beat the absolute hell out of him. Again, traditions are traditions, and they worked in the time that they were needed.
So it's a separate things.
I think so, yeah. And I know there's people on YouTube. There's a guy in China who goes around all the masters and beats them up. Yeah, okay. And I know there are some traditional Tai Chi and traditional martial arts masters that say they are amazing fighters, and they're not. Like, there's lots of videos on YouTube about people doing the energy burst. Okay, I want to say this.
Do you have experience about that?
I've met one.
You remember I learned one. I will tell a story about that.
Okay, so I watched one perform on his students, and his students flew.
Oh,
I mean,
you met that?
Yeah, but I then approached him and said, I don't believe you.
Oh, okay then.
And all his students, I said, do it on me. And he couldn't.
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah.
And he said, oh, because you don't believe. And I said, what? Bullshit.
Yeah, what should I believe?
Yeah, because it's fake. And there was an old science test done where they took a sappy.
Sappy?
Yeah. You know, a pipette for air? It blows air?
Oh, yeah.
Right, they got a pipette and a bell. And every time they rang the bell, they got a pipette and blew it in the cow's mouth in the eye. And it went like that.
Oh.
Ring, ring, 7 times. On the 8th time, they put the pipette down, they rang the bell. What did the cow do?
Yeah, I get it.
So if you walk up to someone, say it's one of your students, and I do not recommend you do this, because if I find out, I'll come out of here. But if you walk up to your students and say, Kiai, and smack them really hard in the chest, it's going to hurt and they're going to fall down.
Yeah.
If you do that enough, when you walk up to them and don't touch them, go, Kiai, they're going to fall down.
Yeah, I get it.
And that's not teaching martial arts, that's abuse.
I learned that in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. It's just about how minds do, actually.
Yeah.
And then after I understand NLP, I know that everything that's a bullshit.
But they make money.
Yeah, they make money.
They make massive. There's that. Again, I don't know his name. I've only seen the video on YouTube where he's on the beach and I use energy boxing, and there's a guy sitting in front of him who slaps it.
Did you watch the Pesulap Merah? No. You never watch it?
No.
He make like a contest. You know James Randi? You know James Randi?
James Randi? I've not heard the name.
He was a former magician, and he skeptical, and he give prize about 1 million. I forget, $1 million or 1 million UK. I forget, to prove people super people like that. And then in Indonesia we have Malsara Rival, Pesulap Merah, red hair magician. He make like a contest like that. If they can prove, and then they came to the studio. He just easily can prove it. He just easily can punch him. So he cannot prove that his magic thing is real. And then it becomes viral. It's become viral. Yeah. You should watch that.
But there's a lot of these. And again, if sorry to advertise, if you look at my YouTube channel, there is a video of me having roof tiles broken over my head and arms. I had no training for that. I didn't even know I was volunteering to do it. Again, my teacher had a fellow instructor he knew, who we know as Shifu Wong from Penang, and he does a Shaolin demonstration on Chinese New Year and stuff. It's not fake and it's not a trick, but it doesn't hurt that much. And they stretch you out with rope, and they get roof tiles, the big Chinese roof tiles, and they break 2 over your head and your arms. It hurts. It cut my head. I'll admit it hurts, but it looks amazing. But it's not really magical, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And breaking bricks with the
Yeah.
fist. Again, sorry, but anyone can do that.
Yeah.
Sorry. and again, I'm not sure if I put the video on my YouTube channel,
Yeah,
but I've never
yeah.
trained to do it, and I broke 5 bricks in a row. And
My friend is not martial artist.
right,
He just proved it that he can break the bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you know the proper technique, everyone can do it.
yes, yeah, yeah. It looks impressive to
Yeah,
to
it
the
is
untrained eye, to somebody who doesn't know.
People who doesn't know about that.
But yeah, there are some things that do require extra strength,
Yes.
like you've seen the Shaolin Temple guys where they've done handstands on their
Yes.
fingers. Yeah, okay, that takes training. Not everyone can do that, but there are a lot of things out there, especially this energy ball stuff. I can make you fall over by going, ha! If you're a guru that actually thinks he can do that, okay, please get in contact with me. Come to me.
Okay.
And if you can do it to me, I will pay you.
Okay.
And I mean that, I will pay you. Because all this energy boxing stuff is BS. So yeah, there's a time and a place for it. For a demonstration, for a show, yeah, it's great.
Yes.
You know, and I've been to see the Shaolin shows, and I've been to see the
Shaolin show.
Chinese dancing shows, and they can do some amazing stuff. They contort their bodies. Having said that, there are people that can punch really hard. We go back to Bruce Lee. He had some techniques that no one else had at the time. Now hundreds of thousands of people can do the one-inch punch.
One-inch punch.
But it's what's annoying is it's actually killing martial arts, because people get warped into this. Oh, that's amazing! He can throw someone across the room, when
Yeah.
actually no, the guy's
Yeah.
jumping.
Yeah.
And it makes martial artists like yourself and me, who are actually doing real things, they go, well, you can't do anything magic. Why should I pay you? It's like,
Yeah.
there's a difference between theatrical fighting and realism.
Yeah. And demonstration also different.
Yeah. The same, and I'm really impressed with what I call extreme martial arts. Okay, so. And this is no disrespect to them. I actually respect extreme martial artists, and what I mean by that is people who can spin staffs, nunchucks, any weapons,
extreme.
and at an extreme speed, flip them around their body. I've seen people do it with katana, with nunchucks. I think it's amazing. It's like wushu. It's for demonstration purposes. For me personally, I wouldn't learn them.
Why?
I only learn martial arts that are useful in combat.
You're focusing in combat there.
Yeah. If you can't, I saw a video the other day. A guy was spinning a staff round really quickly. Okay, and wow. If I went to attack him with a staff, would he be able to use that spinny stuff to defend?
I see.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Because he's concentrating on the balance, the physical exertion. You know, it's a lot of... It's just great.
The circumstances is different in combat.
Yeah, it's like saying I've learnt wushu because I want to go and fight UFC. You wouldn't do it.
Yes.
You know, you do wushu to do wushu competition.
Yes, you do wushu to do wushu competition.
It's like I'm impressed with some Salat practitioners who can do backflips. I can't do a backflip.
Yeah.
I can't even flip off the ground. I'm too tall. but I'm impressed that people can do it.
Yeah.
The reason I don't wish to is it's not going to be useful to me when I need it. And what I say is I would never ever use it on the street if I was attacked. Because if you go to the floor on the street, you don't have a referee stopping you. You don't have your opponent stepping back. If you go to the floor on the street, you'll end up with people stamping on your head and kicking you in the body. So for flipping and getting up for me is no use. So I wouldn't use it. If I'm on the floor, I'm probably already going to be dead. So I try and use things that are realistic. So the weapons I have trained, exception of Iaido, because I don't do that for weapons training, I do that for mind. The weapons I have trained can be used. They're not flashy, exception of the Tai Chi sword, but I'll talk about that at a later date. So, for instance, all the weapons in Leon Padokan, all the weapons in Silat Embo, all the weapons in Eskrima, the arnis, the knife and long sword, they can all be used for combative reasons. There's no backflip, spinny, look at me. And don't get me wrong, I train with a balisong.
You do balisong? Oh,
not
cool.
very well.
I'm trying to learn that, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I
a little
am.
bit difficult.
It's, again, with the balisong, you're not going to waste your time going flip, flip,
Yeah.
You're going to go flip,
Sometimes-
which again, and I'm sorry I'm changing the subject a little, brings me back to teaching knife defence.
Yeah.
What do you think on that? Because I've seen and I have trained, and I'm glad that I have eliminated it from my mind. If you ever face someone with a knife and you haven't got a weapon, run.
Yeah.
I've seen documentaries on prisoners with bed springs that have stabbed the prison ward officers over 130 times in less than a minute. He died. So, and that's a guy on death row in America, you know, just complete crazy in the documentary. On the street, generally, from reports, people that pull a knife and say, I want your money, aren't going to use it unless you do something stupid, so best to give it your wallet and run. If someone's got the intent to stab you, you're not probably going to know about it. They're going to walk past you, they're going to put it in you, they're going to walk off, and you'll feel cold.
Yeah.
I have had a sword stuck in my leg, but it was by myself. And it was big, it was deep. I felt like a pinprick. And then my friend said, look at your leg, and it was my cream coloured trousers were red. So you don't really notice you've been stabbed until someone else points it out.
Yes.
So and then there's the other thing of, if he's got a knife and you've got a knife, you know, there's only like 2 or 3 outcomes. You get hurt, he dies. He gets hurt, you die. You both get seriously hurt, or you both die. You're not. It's not like the films. You're not going to walk away unscathed and like, I took on an army with a knife, Rambo. You know. We all wish it could be, but it doesn't. And once something like that's happened, you've got to live with it. So it's the psychology behind it as well. So when someone teaches knife defence in the dojo, unless they give you a knife and the other person a knife, it's not going to work. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if you've learned that, and I'm really sorry if you train that. But personally, if you're going to be teaching knife defences, don't, because you're going to give someone the confidence to defend themselves against someone with a blade, and they're going to get themselves killed. And that's going to come down to the dojo leader or the sensei or the sifu who teaches that. So please be warned on that. And I talk from experience. And you know, I've had students of mine who have been attacked by knives. The only defence is to put the outside of your arm up, which is going to get cut. So when they teach these, he comes in with a knife and we block and we twist. There's no time for that because, as I said, you can stab 120 some times in a minute. So they're not going to go and you have time to manipulate it. It's just not going to work. And even I read a report, and they call it the 21-yard rule in America. So obviously American police are allowed handguns. If a criminal produces a knife, the police officer has to judge if he's 21 yards or more away. Because there was an incident in a cafe where a police officer was sat down, a guy comes in with a knife, the policeman stands up and says, "Police, stop." The man runs towards him, and before the police officer can get his gun out and fire, he gets stabbed and dies. And it was less than 21 yards.
Yeah.
So they're saying 21 yards, what's that in metres? Probably about, I'm no good at conversion, about 15 metres.
15 meters.
You need more than that to shoot someone if they've got a knife, because they can run faster.
Yeah,
and you can draw safety off and fire.
Yeah, safety off first and then
exactly. Especially
aiming.
Undo the holster.
Undo holster.
Out. Yes, there are speed people, but not police. Police aren't trained to do it at speed. They're trained to, because it's got to be safe. So if you've got a knife, so even with a gun, they've said that against a knife, as long as they're more than 21 yards away. So that was actually in a I can't remember the book. It was Street Defense or Streetwise. But yeah, you can Google that. You can definitely Google that 21-yard rule. So yeah, when you're teaching knife defense, please just don't. It's
don't even think.
No, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube about parang attacks in Malaysia and Indonesia where guys get off motorcycles and they start slashing. You're not going to defend with your arms, you know. Maybe if you used your motorcycle helmet, but still, you're going to get cut. You're going to get cut. You know, there's a time and a place for everything, and it's not for real life, you know.
Jadi everyone ya, ini pengalaman beliau ini bukan hanya bela diri tapi praktikal juga karena punya background sebagai bodyguard, sebagai security di bidang-bidang itu ya. You have a very long experience, right, in the background.
I've been doing martial arts for 20 or 21 years, but in that time I've obviously faced some street fights. I was a dumb kid, you know. I got up to all kinds of stuff, you know, picking fights, starting fights.
And you do competition also, right?
Yeah, I did fighting competitions. I've won quite a few gold medals in the UK. I've won gold medal in Indonesia, silver medal in Malaysia, for various different aspects. You know,
different sport also, right?
Yeah, from forms, kickboxing, Tai Chi, Tui Shao.
Oh, Tai Chi, you also compete in Tai Chi?
Yeah, doing forms and fight. Well, Tui Shao. I've done some open hand fighting. I've done some random fighting on the beach with friends. Which always gets broken up by police. But yeah, as I say, and it's not because.
How about Silat?
Okay, Silat competition. Yeah, I did an Embo competition.
I see.
I don't want to go into the detail because it's a bit of a bad memory that's forgotten for a reason, because I don't hold a grudge. I had an injured rib, very badly injured rib.
I see.
About a week before the fight.
Before the fight?
Yeah. And I did, in the, I think it was the second round, or it might have been the first, I got hit in that rib and I had to stop the fight because I was injured. Having said that, the guy I fought still trains in Silat Tua and he is good.
So it is in Malaysia?
In Malaysia, yeah. In the Silat.
So you never been to any padepokan in Indonesia?
No, we entered our students into a Silat competition in Tangerang.
What is it?
Karawang.
Karawang.
Okay, I'm going to say that again. You can edit that.
Karawang. It's okay.
We entered some students into a competition in Karawang. And yeah, it was okay, but it was mainly a child's competition. Under 18s.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Although I've I didn't promise. I said to my wife I wouldn't fight again, but we can't give up our hobbies, can we? if the moment arose, then I'd probably enter.
So you're gonna still gonna competing again?
Yeah, I'm 38 years old.
In what
but
sport? Kickboxing?
I'd probably I'd do kickboxing
Silat?
again. I'd do a silat fight. I'd enter.
But you never enter padepokan in Indonesia, right?
Padepokan.
Tempat latihan silat.
No, not myself. No.
But you wanna?
I'll do it. Yeah, if the opportunity arose. Yeah.
Because some of my viewers also pesilat.
Okay. Hi.
Maybe they will invite you to visit and learn. Maybe because silat in Indonesia there's a lot of variety of the silat, so this is a good place to know, to explore about silat in Indonesia.
Yeah, I do want to see a bit more of this out. It's something we've been talking about, and we had plans, but obviously the pandemic, the PPKM, can't travel here, can't travel there. When that all dies down, I'm going to be getting around. It would be an honour to come and see you at your training ground, your Galangang, and train with you, see some ideas, see different styles of silat.
Different style of silat. Oke, wow, pengalamannya Abang Bule ini sangat-sangat saya suka gayanya Abang Bule. Kenapa? Karena beliau ini punya background silat, punya background bela diri, punya background security juga. Jadi tahu mana yang bela diri yang benar diperlukan, bisa membedakan mana dengan yang tradisional. Coba silakan Anda komen di YouTube channel ini mengenai pendapatnya Abang Bule ini, apakah Anda setuju atau Anda punya pendapat lain, silakan sampaikan. Jadi ini menarik sekali ya, saya suka banget gitu, cocok banget lah gitu kan, view-nya mas sama dengan saya. Abang Bule ini thank you banget ya udah mau jadi bahasa Indonesia.
It's okay, so I understood that.
Abang Bule udah 3 tahun udah bisa. Jadi thank you for coming, and I really want to talk again with you, but maybe for this session is enough, because if you want to get to know about him, you need to subscribe to his channel. Yeah, I will put in the description. Yeah, thank you very much for coming, and I think I'm gonna invite you again to talk about martial art in Indonesia.
Thank you very much, Ricky. It's been an honour, especially to be on Osh TV. So like, comment, and subscribe. But thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I hope that we can do things in the future.
Oke. Bagi Anda jangan lupa like, comment, dan subscribe. Stay safe and healthy. Os.